Let's take a look at the information that will be included on the credit card statement that you will receive at the end of the billing cycle. All right. It will show the previous balance, any purchases made during the credit card period, any cash advance you may have taken, any payments you have made. It will show the finance charge, which is the interest. It will then show your new outstanding balance, and it shows the amount of the minimum payment that must be made. It will also have a minimum payment due date. Make sure that you check your credit card statement error. Check your credit card statement carefully for any errors. Dispute any errors that's on there, but still go ahead and pay at least the minimum amounts due in a timely fashion, because you don't want them reporting past due payments to the credit card bureaus. If you do find dispute, contact the customer service department and dispute the information included on the statement. You could maybe go online to file a dispute as well. Okay? There was a credit card act that was passed just in 2019 that protect the consumer. Condition for the different fees being charged by the credit card companies. They often change interest rates. They have to give you advance notice of a change in the interest rate. Promotional interest rate guidelines, or sometimes they say 0% interest for the first 6 months, 9 months, whatever. There's guidelines they have to meet regarding those. The payment period, indicating how long you have to make the actual payment. The credit limit that you've been assigned to the credit card. Disclosure about paying your balance due. So the Credit Card Act was put in place to protect consumers from scrupulous credit card types of transactions. Okay? There are restrictions for those under 21 that receive credit cards. Now, one thing they used to do when I was in college, they would often have credit card applications on the college campuses, which, of course, as a young person, you're like, okay, I'll get a credit card, although you don't even have a job. So I did that. I got a credit card, made charges, ran up a bill, credit card bill came. I didn't have any money. I didn't pay it. So it took me a while to get my credit together because I used credit cards unwisely at a young age. So do not fall into that trap. Do not acquire credit cards unless you have the ability to make your payments when those credit card statements become due. Okay? So there's a Consumer Financial Report Protection Bureau created in 2010. And again, all of these agencies are put in place to protect consumers when it comes to their credit. Okay? Use a credit card only if you can cover the bills. I just mentioned that. So do not just use the credit card thinking that you have excess money to spend. Impose a tight credit limit. So you say, well, okay, for my credit card, I can only charge no more than maybe $250 a month. Okay? Reduce credit limit when the economy weakens. So if you know that my job hours have been cut, things of that nature, that I can't really pay as much, then don't spend as much. Pay credit card bills before investing money. Now that's important because we want to invest, but here's the reality. You're paying 29% interest on a credit card. You maybe get a 5% return on your investment. So yes, people, it makes more sense to pay off your credit card bill before you start trying to invest your money. Pay off credit card debt before other debt, and that's because normally credit card debt has a higher interest rate than other forms of debt. Avoid credit repair services. So typically, if you're trying to reduce your credit card balance, you have a problem paying the credit card bill, people, you can call them yourself. You don't need a company to call them on your behalf. You can call the credit card company yourself and try to work out some arrangements to get your balance either reduced and get the bill paid in time. Okay? Self-imposed credit limit based on monthly cash inflows. So depending upon the amount of cash you have coming in each month, expect spending to be paid cash, check, or online payment. So we're saying we're going to use cash or a check, online payment to pay our bill, max my credit to use this month. So based upon how much cash you have, this is the amount of cash we use to pay our credit card bills. This is the amount of cash we have to pay our operating expenses for our food and things of that nature. So again, make sure that your spending is in line with your expected cash inflows. Now, let's say if I don't have as much credit card debt, right? Then I'm not paying as much to the credit card company. Now that allows some room for monthly savings. And that's what you want. So although I said that, you want to pay off your credit card debt before investing, that is true, but you still want to have some type of savings in your checking account, your money market account, etc. You want to have some type of savings just in case you need some extra funds or just you're gonna need some money for some reason. So again, try to maximize your credit card debt so that you can have money put aside for your savings. Okay? Resolving an excessive credit balance. So let's say the credit card has got out of hand, you've been shopping, you didn't realize it, but now the credit card is really up there. Okay, how do I resolve this issue? Well, going forward, try to spend as little as possible using that credit card. Consider ways to increase your income. Think about some way of bringing in some type of residual income. If you have to, borrow money from a family member. Hey, mom, dad, sister, and brother, because often they don't charge interest. If possible, get a debt consolidation loan. So what happens here is that perhaps you have 3 or 4 different credit cards. We're saying with a debt consolidation loan, you can maybe combine those 3 or 4 into one payment, maybe at a lower interest rate, and now you're paying one company rather than paying 3 or 4 separate companies. Sell assets for cash. So if you have some assets that you can possibly sell to pay off your excessive credit card debt, that's an option, and try to reduce your everyday expenses. Okay? Personal bankruptcy, a plan proposed to the court in which you repay at least a portion of your debt and pay attorney and filing fees. There's different types of bankruptcy, Chapter 7, Chapter 13. Now, I do not personally recommend that you file for bankruptcy, but if you're considering that option, make sure you understand what it means when you file a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. In my opinion, that should be your last resort to file bankruptcy when you feel like you have no other recourse. Okay? How key credit management decisions for your financial plan are: what limits should you impose on your credit card? When should you use credit? Okay? So you can set your own credit card balance. Although you may have a higher balance that was given to you by the credit card company, you still know how much you can afford to spend each month. So if my monthly cash inflow, say, is $2,500, my bills typically total $1,400, then I have remaining or funds available in the amount of $1,100. Okay? Now this is showing, we got Stephanie Pratt, there's an example. This is her balance in she has in cash, her checking account, money market, 1 month CD, and it's her credit card balance. Notice these interest rates. Notice that the cash and checking account pays how much interest? 0, nada, zip. You got it. The money market fund and 1 month CD, they have a higher interest rate. Now remember that with the 1 month CD, you cannot take these funds out before the end of that month. Otherwise, you got to pay a penalty. But this credit card balance has a 20% interest rate. So notice that she's paying a much higher rate in interest than what she's earning from any of her other items. So my recommendation would be for her to try to focus on paying off that credit card debt as soon as possible. So maybe once the 1 month CD matures, I would take a portion of that money from the CD, pay off the credit card balance in full. Okay? So that will conclude our Chapter 8 lecture on managing your credit. Hopefully this information has been useful for you in making wise decisions about your credit. The key is to not overextend yourself. Use credit wisely if you have to get credit. Okay? Have a great day.